guys, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 99 for the week of April 12th. I am your co-host Alca7raz, and with me as usual is Nemesis.
This week was kind of weird for me.
Yes. A lot of unfortunate things happening this week. So yes, as usual, another episode. Another episode of Pony came out, episode 3. We're going to talk about that. We've got some news and some fan content, like we didn't have last week. Let's get to this. If you'd like to follow along, and I recommend you do, you can pull up our show notes. You can find them at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. So go there, click the link for this episode, and follow along. So let's start us off in convention news. Midwest Bronyfest volunteer applications are now open. So, if you'd like to help out, go there and apply.
You should.
Yes, you should.
If you can.
If you can, of course. If you can't, well, then you can't.
Well, if you can't, you could still go. Listen to the Ponyville FM guys.
Yeah. M.A. Larson will be attending TrotCon once again. Kelly Sheridan, voice of Starlight Glimmer, will also be in attendance at TrotCon.
Surprise.
Yay!
That was fast.
There's been a lot of that was fast this season. So starved for new content, we jump on anything we get immediately. BabsCon has announced that they will be back in 2016 from April 22nd through the 24th, and that Nicole Oliver will be in attendance.
Princess Celestia. And Cheerilee.
Everfree Northwest has announced a few more community guests, including Argo Damon, Magpie Pony, Apple Cider and Chef Sandy, Mike Check, and Igor. Everfree Northwest has also announced that Bonnie Zachary, creator of the original My Little Pony, the toy lines and everything.
The original,
the thing that started it all, will be in attendance.
Surprise. If you've been a long-time fan.
Yeah. If you collect all the classic stuff.
Or you enjoyed the old stuff.
I mean, the G1 wasn't horrible.
Never said it was.
So yeah, there's a lot of fans of that. Moving on to some unfortunate news. Fellow Brony Sean Ray is currently in the hospital after he was hit by 2 cars. Hit and runs. He has no insurance, and his family has a GoFundMe campaign going on right now to help pay for medical bills. So if you want to help, you can chip in. Some more unfortunate news. Co-founder of TrotCon, Jonathan Tellen, is also in the hospital with a brain tumor. He also has a GoFundMe campaign if you want to help out.
This is to pay for his regular bills, not his hospital bills.
But it's there if you want to help. A ponified version of the Fallout 3 intro for, the full Fallout Equestria thing is out, and it's kind of neat.
Yeah, just know it's, since it's Fallout, it's pretty gory.
It is quite gory.
So pony style gory with gore and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if you know squeamish, don't do it.
Yeah, if you know what the Fallout 3 intro was, you know what to expect.
Well, if you're a fan of Fallout Quest, you know what you're getting into, probably.
That too. And hopefully, the last bit of unfortunate news. Some jerk is ripping off Taps' music, making it impossible for him to get it on places like iTunes and Spotify because he's claiming it as his own, and everyone else is giving the credit to this jerk.
His YouTube stuff is even getting a hit with copyright stuff.
Yep. So.
There's some jerk who stole his music.
And put some really crappy vocals over top of it and claimed it as his own.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a thing that's happening, and we're hoping it won't be happening soon.
Yeah, hopefully something will be done.
Hopefully we can get something done about that. Because that's just wrong.
That's one of those things that's difficult now. It's been registered, or he's claiming his own, and now it's going to be difficult to get the system to change.
Yeah, you've got to get a hold of all the different people and prove that, you had it first and that the other person is ripping you off. I mean, the records are there. It's just, going through all the process. And, people who do this are jerks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, merchandise news. Packaging for the Friendship Games Equestria Girls dolls has appeared on Taobao.
Nothing particularly special, I guess. But it does have some stuff, like brief blurbs about the characters in the back.
The Power Ponies, including Applejack,
finally,
have been found in their packaging on Taobao as well.
Yes, so there's Mistress Marvelous. That's what it's Mistress Marvelous. Man, I kept trying to say like 3 different names at once.
Yep. A Color Me Twilight plushie has appeared on the Italian Amazon. So,
For coloring.
for coloring.
Plushie for color.
There was a similar line like this with other ones on it. So yeah, you actually draw on it.
It'll probably be released elsewhere.
Yeah, the packaging shows multiple languages on it, so it looks like it's planned for international release, but we don't know.
At least full-blown European release.
Yeah. GM Barrow's Celestia and the Summer of Royal Waves is out.
Yes, her
So yeah, another
first
book.
of her princess collection.
Yay. In comic news, of an extended preview for the next Fiendship is Magic comic, the Sirens ones, is up. So if you like
Sirens
checking
one.
the Sirens one,
You only get one comic.
yes, is up. Yes, so if you like checking out previews, there you go. The first 2 episodes of season 5 are up on iTunes.
Hooray! Finally, I was
Yes.
wondering. Usually they're up before. And not only that, even though it's listing it as volume, I believe 8. Yes, I believe it's 8. Volume 8. It's only $3, which is the price of one of the episodes, which leads me to believe it's not actually fully in place. So if you buy it, you're not getting the full, or I guess half the season.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks like it's just buying single episodes. They don't actually have a full season pass.
Yeah, although the first episode is free.
Yes, there is that.
And this is the only place you can legally get a 1080p clean copy.
Google Play does have a season pass for season 5 volume 1 available. It's like $20 if I remember correctly. That is also there.
Mm-hmm. That's the alternative. Just remember, when it's Google Play, last I checked, it's limited to 720p, at least for MLP for some reason. And if you want to download it, you can download via Android, iOS, or Chromebook.
Yep.
So it's streaming only otherwise.
Which is
Just a heads up.
unfortunate. And a bit of spoilery news, minor spoilers. The synopsis for episode 6 had a minor change. The original had said that the infamous outlaw Troubleshoes Clyde returns to terrorize the Appaloosa Rodeo, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders set out to bring him to justice and finally get their cutie marks. That ending has been changed. It now says, set out to bring him to justice, hoping it is the key to finally getting their cutie marks.
Now we speculate why they changed it. Was it because it's a simple error, or is it because they accidentally revealed what's going to happen in the episode and they went, oops?
No clue.
We'll find out in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes,
3 weeks, I believe. Unless there's a weird break. But no. Should be fine. May 2nd. The information that Daniel Ingram was going to release at BabsCon has been released, obviously, since BabsCon happened. As well as the unreleased song, which is a Winter Wrap-Up True Friend mashup song.
That was expecting.
Yes, that one was a bit unexpected. The soundtrack information, he talked about all that sort of stuff. It's going to be released, well,
By the time you hear this,
by the time you hear this, on the 13th.
Unless there's another weirdness like the last time.
Yeah, unless they delay it for some reason. But it should be released on the 13th of this month.
This is also, this is the soundtrack apparently is going to catch them up all the way through season 4. So apparently it's the remaining songs in the show, except for the Pinky Pride songs. Probably because of weird licensing issues and crap.
Possibly. No clue.
Probably too expensive to get probably some sort of weird record label has all the rights to Weird Al's vocals. And
I could see that, yeah. It will include the previously mentioned mashup, though.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And that song is the one that Black Griffin is a vocalist in.
Hopefully it will release outside of iTunes this time, because they still haven't released the Equestria Girls stuff outside of iTunes, as far as I can tell. No.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, and it will also have a full version of Find the Music in You.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll also be neat. Yeah. They also released a little bit of information about Season 5, 6, and 17 movie. It's not spoilery, though. There's no spoilers, sort of. Basically, they just reconfirmed that there is a Season 6, so it's not an April Fool's joke.
Or mistake.
The movie, there's a chance they're actually going to be working with a live orchestra. So that'll be really cool. And there's going to be 15 songs in this season.
We've already heard 2.
We've heard 2 so far.
So there's 13 left.
Yeah.
Over the next 23 episodes.
So we're going to give, of course, some episodes with no songs, but that's to be expected. Can't have that many songs. Speaking of songs, William Anderson has apparently completed the score for episode 100.
Gasp.
Yeah, and this one's going to feature Tina Guo, I believe is how you pronounce her name, on the cello. He's also signed on to do music for the third Equestria Girls movie.
Friendship games.
Along that line, Tina, the cellist, drops some interesting information about said 100th episode. So, again, spoiler alert, potentially.
Yes.
So tune out if you don't want to hear that. She said, the 100th episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic airs the 13th.
Of
June. Thank you. And Octavia has a huge electric cello dubstep situation in the episode.
You what?
Yeah. Electric cello dubstep.
This would heavily imply vinyl is involved.
Heavily implies that. Also, that sounds really awesome. I've heard some of that fans have made.
Yes.
It's really freaking cool.
Of course, a lot of people are immediately jumped on the pandering train.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it.
It'd be interesting, that's for sure. I still don't know how this whole episode's going to pan out in general.
I don't know. It's sounding crazy. So.
All background ponies. No main six.
Yeah, that's the news.
Cello dubstep.
Cello dubstep. There's one cellist, or actually not cello, but violin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it does a whole bunch of music that's like that. It's actually really cool. So yeah, that's the news. So we had episode 3 aired.
Isn't it weird getting new episodes like this?
I know. After almost a year, we're back into this. It's interesting. So yeah, episode 3 aired. It's
Castle Sweet Castle.
Castle Sweet Castle, yes. Quick review of what happened.
Better be quick.
Very quick.
Or there'll be riots. Cats and dogs living together.
Or a whole bunch of animals living in a castle. Oh, wait.
Spoilers, gosh!
Spoilers for an episode we're all going to talk about, yes. So yeah, quick cap of the episode. Starts out, Twilight is helping Fluttershy clean up animals. Alright, that's great. They get to the end of it, says they're done, and then Twilight...
No, it's quite insistent.
Quite insistent on trying to find more to help, including kicking Angel into the mud, which was rather amusing.
Glorious.
Yeah. And then starts dusting her house as Fluttershy is trying to calmly get her to leave. Finally gets her to leave by getting her to go off to talk to Pinkie to help with more stuff. Then we go to the castle and they're all eating pancakes, trying to figure out why Twilight's been acting so weird while she's at the end of one of the side of the table completely asleep. I decide to ask her and it turns out she's been avoiding the castle.
Oh no.
So because it doesn't feel like home.
Oh.
So, under Rarity's suggestion, they decided it's because it needs some decorations to make it more homely. So they kick Twilight and Spike out to go to the spa while they try and decorate.
And then everything went smoothly to the end. No, wait.
Oh, wait, no. We wouldn't have an episode of that happen. No, they all try and decorate, but they all try and decorate as if it was their house, and it ends up a huge mess.
Colossal disaster.
Everywhere. Yeah, it's just an absolute mess. They sort of realize it, but don't really want to admit it. And finally end up kick everything out back to square one.
Let's try again.
And try again. And the whole time Spike is trying to delay Twilight from coming back to give them more time to decorate. And in the end, they finally figure it out and they dig up the tree.
Blasphemy.
They dig up the tree and hang its roots full of gems with all the different memories of things that have happened as a chandelier in the main entrance,
Putting its corpse on display for all to see.
Yep. And then they show some of the other rooms and that's the end. I thought it was a pretty good episode. It wasn't big and bombastic. It felt sort of like almost like a filler episode.
Mm.
It's like a necessary, they needed to do it, but it wasn't, huge or anything. But I think it worked. I think it worked pretty well.
Well, I liked it a lot. I know apparently a lot of people did too, because apparently a lot of people weren't exactly, apparently it pulled on a lot of people's heartstrings, I would say.
Yes, it did tug on the heartstrings when, they went to the tree. Twilight and Spike went to the destroyed tree. That was a moment that tugged on you.
A little bit.
And then getting to see it up in the main throne room, we should say. Or no, it's the map room. Yeah, as we saw from last episode. It is the map room.
Mm-hmm. The map room.
So,
yeah, this was the episode they promised way back when, which was dealing with the loss of the library, and I think they handled it very well. It's like I was so glad they didn't go back and just on it and just we're bringing back the library somehow. I'm so glad. I kind of would feel like they're chickening out of the change, because they've done this now twice where it's introduced. Okay, this is a big change. and I'm glad they have not gone back on either of those. And the status quo will not remain. The tree house or the library is still destroyed. It's gone.
It's very much gone now. They dug it up.
They dug it up. Then the bottom of it is now hanging from a ceiling. It's gone.
The roots are now a chandelier. There is
It's
no more
gone.
tree. It's gone. Gonna have to live with it now. There's no way to bring that back.
It's dead. The end.
All right, Mitch.
So yeah, that was an interesting way of handling things. I do like a lot of this stuff throughout the episode. The first thing that got me, of course, was the angel being kicked into the mud. I think a lot of people enjoyed that because let's be honest, a lot of us really aren't exactly fans of Angel.
Exactly the nicest of creatures.
He's not a good bunny.
He's not a good bunny.
Despite what Fluttershy wouldn't say otherwise. And it was also funny to see him
Poofed
up. That was also good. More Angel comeuppance. But another thing was, this was the new writers. One of the new writers for the season.
It wasn't
Joanna Lewis and Christine Sonko.
I think they did a very good job.
A lot of people were worried because apparently some people looked at what they've previously written for and went, uh-oh. Lots of middling cartoons.
Huh. Well, I think they pulled this one off really well.
Yeah, this was really done. Also, they apparently are on some of the later Fairly Odd Parents stuff, I believe. So, which hasn't been well received. It's another SpongeBob situation of why won't you let this show die?
So I think at that point we could just blame the material they're working with.
Possibly. But yeah, I think they did a really good job with this.
They did, yeah.
And yeah, because there's some good jokes as well throughout. There's
some amazing jokes. Like the pancakes.
The pancakes was funny.
That's already hitting the fandom.
I'm afraid because it's going to become the Twilight 2.0.
It's Twilight Cake.
Yes.
Twilight Pancake OTP.
Please no. That pancake hanging on the horn, sleeping on the pancakes as a pillow, waking up and saying, "I'm pancake."
I'm pancake. I'm awake. It was very well done.
Verity's a marshmallow, Twilight's a pancake.
Yeah. I think, like you said, I think they handled the whole tree situation very well. So there's...
The great big surprise right in the middle was in their spa. Spike suggests to get a massage as a delay tactic, and then all of a sudden, boom, through the wall comes Bulk Biceps, and he's going to be Spike's masseuse.
So now we know Bulk Biceps works at the spa.
Okay.
And can carry small creatures in his pecs.
Yes.
That was a thing. That was hilarious.
It was very good. It was unexpected. He smashes the wall, and then, of course, going back, he smashes... Rather goes in the hole, smashes through another wall.
That's a very common trope, I think.
Then one of the spa pennies, I can't remember which one is which. Which one's which?
I always get them swapped.
Yeah, one of the two. It's apparently voiced by Tabitha this time, because last time they had French accents way back in, I believe, season 1.
Yeah, I don't think we've had any of them have a speaking role for a while.
Yeah, back when there was I remember they spoke in Bridal Gossip. I remember that.
That's the Zecora?
Yeah, the one when they asked Zecora for the remedy for the poison joke. Mm-hmm. I believe they had French accents. This time it was just Tabitha voiced it. It's just, I hate it when he does that.
That was a great scene.
That was great. There's also just watching the I guess 5 of the main 6 fighting each other. And at first they're just like, yeah, we're gonna sing a song.
Yeah, which we should probably mention. Yeah. We had another song. I actually thought the song was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good song. This was definitely better than the premieres, which was, I don't think, intended to be totally.
It was meant to be unsettling a bit.
This was actually a legitimately good song. Although there was, I think the first time I heard it, I was like, the first few notes, I was like, whoa, that sounds off. But I think it might just be in the way it was written.
Possibly. Starts off with Rainbow Dash singing.
Maybe that was it. Ha ha.
Oh, har, 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 har.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good song. But it's just like, first they're all, we got a common goal. We're going to work together. And then they didn't really work together at all. They worked independently and then came clashing. But
yeah.
Because, like we said, they tried to spruce up the home as if it was their own house. And then not thinking, this is not my house.
Not your house.
This is Twilight's castle. What would Twilight want? Barns?
Which is interesting, because that's actually what Twilight said right before she left. You guys know me the best. And they didn't do anything about her until the very end. It's like, oh,
oops,
you missed it. You missed the point.
Yeah, that was interesting. Almost forgot. Oh gosh, I would hate to miss this. But during the spa scene, when first Twilight has the thing, and then when the little hair thing, and then pops off, and she has a completely different hairstyle, which apparently a lot of people like.
It doesn't look that bad,
It
actually.
looks good.
I think, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's
almost Wonderbolt-esque.
Almost. It's like a mix between Wonderbolt-esque and just messy mane.
Yes. A styled messy. So that means messy. It costs $100.
Yep. Grab a whole bunch of gel, slap it in your hair, wiggle it all around.
Or you could just sleep in bed for a couple hours.
Yep. Just lather up your hair
just
with
wet
gel
your hair.
and take it.
Well,
add some gel so it stays.
Yeah.
Add some gel and go take a nap.
You wet your hair, let it, then you tell it when you wake up.
That'll work too. It's some hairspray.
Boom! You got a $100 haircut for nothing.
Nothing. It just takes a little longer because you have to, yeah.
Yes, that was interesting, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna like it. It's just like it's about time. New hairstyle.
New hairstyle. But that had more than just a hairstyle. That had the whole outfit.
Yes, but the hairstyle, people liked it. And yeah, just but getting back to the castle, just more interesting watching all the main six, kind of except for Twilight, using kind of imprinting their personality and then all clashing. And it's like, how are these 6 friends again?
Opposites attract? I don't know.
Yeah, because Applejack hate bales and farms.
That was the thing about last episode. Yes. They're friends even though they're different.
Exactly. And Rarity wants to spruce it up, which, okay, makes sense. She wants to make it all pretty.
All pretty.
And then
putting gems
on Fluttershy.
Crystal. Just wanting to add animals.
Just puts animals in it so it smells bad all the time, apparently.
Well, apparently Applejack's stuff didn't smell the greatest either, if you look at the rug. Is this vintage? Nah, it's just old. That was great.
And Pinkie Pie hiding things that are loud cannons. And surprising.
Party cannons and things. And then forgetting where she put them.
Yes, so it's been months before they're all found.
In case of party emergencies.
And Dash putting, pictures of herself up.
That was hilarious. Well, there was also pictures of the Wonderbolts.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing shippers latch onto that.
What?
Dash putting pictures of herself in Twilight's castle.
Well, they probably will.
Just give them time. They're probably all passed out.
But
also Wonderbolt's memorabilia.
Yeah, Spitfire statues.
Amiibos.
Amiibos,
no.
Yes. And all the trophies.
With Dash's name on them.
But they're not hers. They just have her name on them. They're
permanently engraved.
They're everyone's trophies. They just have her name permanently engraved on them.
Indeed.
She was really willing to give up her stuff, though.
But she all got it back.
Yes.
I think it's more like, I'm trying to win more trophies so I can get rid of these old ones.
Possibly. I don't know. It was great, though, seeing them interact, not interact.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, then they start fighting about, we realize it was crap. So they start,
each of us remove one of our things.
And then they start fighting a bit, and then alliances change very rapidly. First, Rarity and Dash are fighting, and then they team up against Applejack.
Yeah.
And then they finally get, are satisfied, and it's exactly the way we started.
Yeah.
That was good.
Although I think the portrait could have stayed. It was a good episode. There wasn't a huge amount of meat to it.
Yeah.
It hit the things it needed to hit, though. It dealt with the tree.
I just know people felt a lot of emotions about this episode, that's for sure.
Yes, primarily because of the tree and dealing with memories.
Particularly just the end in general.
Yeah. All the gems.
Although I have to ask, where did Twilight's basement go? From her library. She had a basement, we know this.
Yeah.
And there's the roots. Where's the basement? Is it sitting there? Is it just sitting there in a hole in the ground?
Possibly.
Is there equipment intact?
Probably not.
Well, it's in the basement. You'd think it'd be fine.
Well, it depends on the seismic activity of the explosion. May have crushed it.
Well, some of it's probably fine.
Actually, it may have crushed it. If you think about it, if there's only one entrance into the basement and the explosion happens above that, it's going to be a huge pressure wave.
Yeah, might have crushed. Who knows?
So, yeah. They probably won't actually reference that at all. Yeah. I doubt they're actually going to talk about it because it's so unimportant to the grand scheme of things.
But how our readings from Pinkie are there? Trying to figure out that Pinkie sense.
Yeah, I think she stopped caring about that.
Oh, well.
I don't know. But yeah, like I said, it was a good episode. Not a huge amount of meat to it, but it did exactly what it needed to do. And it did it well.
Emotions at the end with the chandelier kind of somehow with their memories.
You notice the chandelier looked, well, obviously would look lot like the Tree of Harmony, the hanging gems and such. Considering what the castle is,
That's
but
the
yeah,
point. And Twilight's now totally fine with sleeping in her own castle rather than trying to avoid it all the time.
it's a good episode. But I don't have anything else I can talk about though.
I do wonder how they got it moved when they started
With
digging
ropes
it up.
and pulleys, and probably large animal assistance.
Possibly. Still, it's like
Fluttershy was helping.
Also, that's a lot of work to do in very short order. When you think about it,
it's true.
Digging up a tree big enough to live in, and cutting it off the bits that are dead on top and attaching the.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
I think they only took part
no.
of the roots. Well, they still would have had to dig up the whole thing.
There was that one fan art I saw. They just made Rarity pull it. Almost forgot Spike, and then almost forgot the bed store. Just in that, just Spike having to sit there. I just like the bit where he notices them walking by with shovels, and Dash is just
keep going,
selling it. Come on,
going.
Just keep going.
Longer.
Stretch it out.
I wonder if that bed store is anything like Quills and Sofas. If they sell something else.
Bed, Bath, and Beyond.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, except that sort of fits together. It's bed accessories and bath accessories. The Quills and Sofas is rather specific.
Your sofa.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was a fun episode.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was good.
Hope this keeps up for the rest of the season. No more Spike at your service type stuff, please.
Please.
Ever again.
Spike. Speaking of Spike, he actually worked pretty well this episode.
Yeah, because he was a supporting character.
Yeah. He wasn't wasn't overly annoying or anything like that.
And he's also kind of the butt monkey because of the bit with Bulk. So he's there for comedic relief, so it all worked out.
Same with the beginning with the pancakes.
Pancakes. Waking up. Did I miss the pancakes? Oh, that reminds me of another thing, the measuring spoon bit.
Oh, someone's going to get a surprise pancake.
I win.
And Fluttershy getting hit in the face with things again.
They like to do that to Fluttershy.
Poor Fluttershy. I like how the spoon just kind of stuck perfectly in her pancake, though.
That was the point of the joke. And that's good. That's fun.
That's all I've got to say about it. We do, however, have another thing to talk about.
Comics.
2 comics, because shipping, not the good kind of shipping.
The really bad kind.
Delayed last week.
The lame one.
So yeah, we've got
going shipping.
We've got a couple, for 1 and 2 of Fiendship is Magic. So go ahead and take that away.
Fiendship is Magic #1. This is the Sombra issue.
Sombrero.
Yes, King Sombrero. I'm pretty sure this is how all of them are going to be, but it's basically all the villain origins. This one was written by, who was it? If I can get Jeremy Whitley, and it was drawn by Brenda Hickey. And look, Heather Breckel.
Heather Breckel
colored it. But yeah, this is basically Twilight and Cadence go down and to that place again from, if you remember, Crystal Empire, that dark special secret entrance with the nightmare door. They go down there and they find the Sombra's, I guess, office. He has an office. And they find his journal, and they read about who he was and him growing up in the Crystal Empire, and he had he's pretty much rejected because he wasn't a crystal pony. But except for one pony who befriended him, and they grew up together. But as time, he found out that he gets sick every single year when they're this big old celebration involving the Crystal Heart, and they didn't know why, but at times he finally found out. Turns out he's not really a pony.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stop right there and let the rest of it go. But you can probably figure out where it goes from there. But I actually found this pretty interesting. I wasn't sure what to expect. It's one of those. Let's be honest, the comics haven't been on a great streak lately. But this one really does a good job of I guess fleshing out Sombra, but who is of all the villains, probably has the least amount of backstory about him. He's just kind of showed up. He just kind of showed up.
Yeah, he doesn't have much character even in what we see. He says crystals a lot.
Yeah, and this he actually says other things.
Yeah, he
talks.
Has
of course,
dialogue.
Yes, dialogue, actual dialogue. I guess kind of showing, oh, look, I sort of not evil for the sake of being evil. It makes sense what I meant, if you read it.
Yeah, it makes sense if you read it.
Yeah, I would actually recommend this. So the first Fiendship is Magic I would actually definitely recommend overall. It's just a nice little read, and even has a little thing at the end, which is pretty neat. Although do have to want to say one thing: if you buy the physical copy, they had to change printers because of the Los Angeles dock issues.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if this is for every copy, but both of mine and apparently yours as well
And mine.
are all just really thin, noticeably cheaper paper.
Yeah, it's not the gloss paper that they have been using.
Yeah, because I'm noticing even like
And
it's doing this, which the old ones did not do. This whole kind of the middle kind of bubbles out.
Yes, it's definitely cheaper paper.
It's noticeably cheaper, so be a little more careful handling if you buy the physical copy. If you buy digital, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
But yeah, also as an aside, the retailer incentive and the subscription covers are really, really well done covers. I love this Day of the Dead stuff.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Sarah Richard did them, and they're really great.
Yeah. I will actually echo your statements on that one. I thought it was definitely interesting, definitely worth checking out.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they did with that.
Yes, it was. At first, I wasn't sure what to think of it, but I was like, you know what? This is actually a pretty good look at Sombra, the least fleshed out of the villains. So they had a lot of room to play with.
A lot of wiggle room there.
Unlike, say, there's this next one, Fiendship is Magic number 2, which is Tirek.
Turk.
Wait.
Not Turk.
Trek.
Not Trek either.
Oh. But yes, this is, Tirek. And this, as we already have established in season 4, he had a brother, Scorpion. And
he established that in Generation 1.
Oh, yeah, but we're talking about this continuity.
Yes.
Actually, he wasn't his brother in G1.
Oh, well, all right, he wasn't.
He's an underling.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see him as a younger, probably teenager, looks like. I'm guessing many, many years ago in a distant land, which is unnamed. Oh, by the way, this is written by Christina Rice and art by Tony Fleeks, which is usually for a lot of people alarm bells right there with the art. Anyway, it starts off with Scorpion and Tirek. They're kind of wandering off, and apparently Scorpion thinks it's a bad idea because won't you get in trouble? And turns out he's meeting some elder who's doing something. And Tirek apparently Tirek is under his tutelage as an apprentice of sorts. And we find out Tirek's not exactly a good person. Real quickly. This isn't like Sombra, who started off as a good person. This is Tirek, who seems to be, he's always been bad.
Yes.
This older centaur kind of apparently has something in a cage and turns out to be a pony from Equestria.
A unicorn.
A unicorn. And he's trying to, take its magic. It's almost like there's something happens many, many, many years later.
Yes, that does sound familiar.
I don't think this one's quite as good. It's still interesting to read, but I think so far Sombra's is the better of the two. Particularly since this is just Tirek's always been evil, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But it still does give us a little bit of backstory, but it doesn't really. It's not full backstory, but apparently this is some sort of kingdom which exists at the same time as Equestria, and apparently this time Celestia's already around. So, yeah. It's interesting, but not as good as Sombra's, I would say. And I think actually Tony Fleeks does a better job this time around than usual. Because, he has the best streak, especially after the debacle with the holiday special and just literally copy-pasting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just an interesting look, I guess. And really, look, we find out how Scorpion is his brother, because their parents are different species, too. Okay. Makes sense, then.
That makes sense. Apparently they're biologically compatible.
It's fine. Don't think about it too hard. Remember magic and all that stuff.
Just ask the shippers how that works.
Exactly.
So yeah, once again, I'll echo your statements. I thought it was readable. It was all right. It does explain some things, but nowhere near as good as the first one.
Yeah. The physical copies also suffer from the same problems the Sombra one, which is thin paper.
I'm expecting that
it's probably going to be that way until
all of the Fiendships are probably going to be like that is what I'm thinking.
Just because these are on a tighter schedule than the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was there. I think this one's still worth picking up too. It's just not as good, as enjoyable as the first one. First one was great.
Yeah, I think the dialogue just felt a little flatter.
Yeah.
So, still readable. So check it out.
If you're interested in Tirek. Next week, though, will be Sirens. That's the one I'm really looking forward to.
That one does. I'm hoping that one's
and the
pretty
Chrysalis. And Nightmare Moon. So yeah, the last three I'm the ones I'm the ones I'm really looking for. These are the two, I guess, kind of for me, just kind of get them out of the way. Next three are the ones I'm really looking forward to. So hopefully those will really live up to my expectations.
Here's hoping. That's the end of the discussions. Yes. But we have a little bit of fan content. I'll start off with my first song. This is M by Igna. I'm going to call it glitch step. It's electronics, got some wubs and some glitchy vocals and glitchy other things. It's just a good song to listen to, I think.
Yeah, it was interesting. Dial M for murder. But yeah, that's fine. That just called M.
M.
Okay.
M for magic, because it's like the M element.
Right.
It's a series of things.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's almost instrumental.
Almost.
It has a few bits, but not a lot. It's like just enough to, okay, there's the pony stuff.
Yep. Just enough.
It's interesting. I think, yeah, it's interesting. I wasn't too on fire about it. It's fine, though.
The next one I've got is Daybreak by Tirek Destructor and Rhymeflow.
The ones entrusted with the elements are in the game. I miss the light, pray Celestia. I'm hoping that these ponies bring it back to the rest of all Equestria, because I never really understood. I love the badness of the night, only because the sun was good. The sun will rise tomorrow.
This is outside of my normal fare. It's a rap hip-hop, but it's more the spoken word kind of style, and I'm not normally a huge fan of rap hip-hop, but this song and the rest of the songs on the album it came from are just really cool, to me at least. So if you're a fan of that kind of rhymey stuff, I think you'll like this. This one is definitely pony-related, unlike the other one, because it's pretty much echoing a story of, well, Nightmare Moon. Coming back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the season 1 pilot. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good song.
This was actually, I think, the best of the 3 songs you have this week. And yeah, this was a song that kind of surprised me. Just pretty mellow, but it's considering it's about a Nightmare Moon coming back and stuff, it's actually pretty mellow. Surprisingly mellow. So it's actually really well done. I was actually really enjoying it a lot. So, yeah, this is actually a good, easy recommendation from me.
I would say if you like to go check out the rest of it, it's the Chimes album. And the last one I have is Sinking Ships by Micro Thunder and Fritzy Beat. I love this song, probably because I absolutely love the original. The original song comes from Flim Flam Philosophy's Rainbow Dash Presents series, the Bittersweet episode. And I love the original song and such, but I think this remix is just much, much better. It's just a really good song. It's fun. There's a bit of vocal effects on it, but I think they work pretty well, at least in my opinion. So
this is all right. I'm not so super as enamored with the song as you are. So
it's really catchy.
It's nice. I think overall, it's something that I'm just like not super into, I guess, this time around. It's technically fine. It works on a technical level. It's good, but for me,
It's just not your thing.
Not my thing, I guess. Not so much. It's all right. Won't object to it if it happens to pop up in a playlist or something, but yeah, it's not something I go out of my way to listen to.
All right. It works for me, though. So yeah, that's all the music I've got. Do you have any fanfics?
Only updates.
Only updates again.
Yeah, like I said, weird week for me.
Yeah.
The update I have is More About Time has gotten 2 more chapters, and apparently one of them was actually like right about the same time we finished recording last week. Go figure.
Go figure. It's always the way things go.
Yeah, 2 more chapters, More About Time. If you remember, this is the fic about Twilight going through time and altering things to the point now she's no longer an alicorn. Celestia is dead. Yes, so now she's trying to, fix things, and it's kind of difficult when a lot of ponies don't quite frankly believe you.
That usually does tend to make things
Time
difficult.
travel is a cornucopia of disturbing concepts.
It is.
Yes, so now at this point, Twilight is no longer an alicorn, and the problem is the magic spell she used requires alicorn level magic, and she doesn't have that anymore, so now she's trying to still figure out things, and at this point she's, one of the chapters she's exhausted herself, and it's still kind of iffy, and still trying to talk to her friends, trying to get things, and figuring out why she's no longer a princess, and all this stuff starts to pop up, as in the next chapter, I believe. Kind of blends together now. I think it did come out a couple days ago. But yeah, so they're searching for it, trying to find alicorn magic, possibly finding a way to do it, or make Twilight ascend or something. And so she finds out why she's not an alicorn, because when she altered the past, she made it so she didn't learn these lessons, so Celestia felt she wasn't ready yet. Even though her now did learn those lessons because of time travel, yeah.
Like you said, cornucopia.
So yeah, it's still really interesting. I'm still hoping they will make it all end well. Because at this point, yeah, Celestia's still dead. Twilight's still a unicorn. Things are still bad.
But possibly not for much longer.
Yes, because it looks like things are getting solved. Because it looks like she just figured it out. So, hopefully, I believe this would mean, unless there's a twist, that we're coming to the end of this fic.
I wasn't actually super enamored with that, how they handled the ending of that last chapter.
It's just like...
I think it works, but I think it kind of undermines some of the other things that they've said.
No, I disagree, just because it seems to fall in line with the whole, hey, friendship fixes it stuff they've done several times in this show now. Friendship, it fixes everything. Except when it doesn't.
Yeah. I didn't think it was bad or anything. I just felt like, okay.
It's fine.
It works.
It's fine.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode.
Yes.
If you liked what you heard, and I hope you did, you can listen to all of our episodes, past, future, present,
I hated it.
I'm going to smack you.
Oh, look, that response again.
Yes, that response. I don't have a very big vocabulary of responses.
That's a
anyway,
catchphrase.
You can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. You can also find us on iTunes. Search for Pony411. You can subscribe and get it auto-downloaded and all that sort of stuff. You can also find us on Stitcher.com. Search for us there, or use the mobile apps for Android or whatnot. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pony411. Go there, watch them all, leave us comments. Subscribe. So yes, like our videos if you want to subscribe. Please
Thumbs
do.
up. I'll collect your thumbs. Wait, no, that's not how it goes.
That's kind of disturbing. A little disturbing. We also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so you can tune in and listen to us there.
Yes.
We're also listed on the Ponyville Live page, so yeah.
PonyvilleLive.com.
PonyvilleLive.com, you can go there whenever we post a new episode. It'll show up on their front page. So yeah, if you would like to contact us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions, news items, whatever. Or you just want to say hi. If you want to say hi, you can use one of our other methods that are better for that. Like Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Go like us there. We post little bits of news like when we post an episode. It'll go up there. You can also find us on Twitter @pony411. So go follow us and tweet us, and we will tweet back.
That's the best way to say hi.
That's the best way to say hi. You can also find us on our personal Twitters. I am at Alca7raz with an underscore at the end and a 7 instead of a T, and he is at Nemesis Prime 1.
Watch me complain about my car.
Yes, that's unfortunate. Yeah, watch us tweet when
Thanks,
we
Obama.
do. And yeah, follow us, tweet us, we'll respond. So yeah, I hope you liked this episode, and I hope you'll tune in next week.
This was episode 99.
It was episode
Oh my
99.
god!
You know what that means?
I have to take less space when making this episode titles now.
Yep, it's gonna...
One less...
One less character?
No! No, yes,
sure you'll figure it
100 is
out.
next week.
100.
What could happen?
Triple digits! The big 100!
Yes, it's coming
What's gonna happen?
soon. Be prepared. Or don't.
Be
Don't put-
prepared.
But don't blame us if it catches you off guard or something.
Yep.
It's your fault, not mine.
I'll have to sign a disclaimer or whatnot.
100 though.
Yeah, I can't believe we made it that far.
Yeah.
100
Well,
episodes.
not yet though. Not yet.
We haven't made it. We still have another week. Something might happen within the last week.
Oh, it better not.
Hopefully not.
Next
So,
week's the Apple Bloom episode.
buy some apples.
Buy 100 of them.
Buy 100 apples.
Apple Bloom would want it.
Do it for Apple Bloom. Anyway, we hope you tune in next week. And until then, please, pony responsibly. Good night.